And we are live at Talladega for the Yak Challenge 200 here at the 2.66 miler in Alabama for the regular season finale of the Di9 Designs NAOR series. I'm Josh Copernell. I'm joined by a special guest. I'm kidding. I am joined by a very awesome colleague on JCTV, Traber Burns. Traber, my non-special guest. How you doing?
I'm pretty good, man. We got Talladega tonight. JCTV's gonna have a few races of Talladega these next 2 weeks. So yeah, if you like it, lucky guys. If you don't, I'm sorry, but hey, Talladega's still fun. I think no matter what, and yeah, it should be a good race.
Oh, I'm excited. Talladega is so exciting. And you mentioned we've got a few Talladega races coming up. Tonight, tomorrow night.
Next Thursday. SAAC Coast to Coast Cup Series go to Talladega.
Yes, that too. Sorry, I was in something else. But yes, SAAC Coast to Coast Cup Series next week as well. And then right here on Friday night, the Di9 Designs NAOR Challenge is right back at Talladega for the All-Star race. So we've got 4 Talladega races coming up. And it's going to be exciting. We also have an Atlanta race coming up as well. Can't remember what night it is, but that is happening. Tuesday night, actually, for the regular season finale of Jawb. So we've got not just Talladega, but a lot of restrictor plate style racing coming up in the next few days. Dawson Allen going to be the first one to qualify here tonight. And the way qualifying works here, if you are unfamiliar, it is single car qualifying, 1 lap around tracks that are bigger than a mile. So Dawson only gets 1 lap. Ignore that 59.801. That's because the positioning of the start-finish line.
Insert comment about how Talladega's start-finish line is past the tri-oval, even though it's been said about 1 million times to every single race fan ever.
I wasn't going to say it.
I swear that some commentators in real-life NASCAR must get paid for mentioning that or something.
52.714 for Dawson Allen. And yeah, I have to agree. Maybe if I start saying that, I'll see some extra income.
Oh man,
Brett Bennett going to be the second one to qualify. So yeah, just ignore the first lap that's set down because of just how they roll off pit road, where the start finish line is. It's just going to show a lap time. Because of this being open qualifying, essentially, in sim rules. Track temp, by the way, 133 degrees Fahrenheit and 1 mile per hour wind blowing from the west.
Yeah, the track temperature. If I've been on a Talladega with that high of a track temperature, I didn't notice it because. Yeah, I don't think it's going to affect them too much, but maybe we'll see a little sliding around, but I doubt it. I think these cars are so stuck to the ground with the downforce they have on it that they should be all right.
52.708 for Brett Bennett. So he takes the top position, 6/1000th of a second faster than Dawson Allen. Ollie Reeves. If you don't know who this guy is, tune in to Thursday night's SAAC Coast to Coast Cup Series. Ollie Reeves, a regular over there. I actually Did not realize he was racing tonight, so when I saw his name, I was like, Ollie, let's go! He's really fun driver to watch over on Thursday nights, and actually collected a win earlier this season.
Yeah, I didn't know I didn't know if he was racing tonight either until he, about 4 hours ago, completely spammed me to make sure he could get into this race. So, yeah, glad to see him out there, though. He's honestly one of the most underrated drivers in SAAC, and I would say in JCTV, too.
52.675 P1 for Ollie. Andrew Chapman going to be next to go out there for qualifying. Chapman, he is so good at these plate kind of races. A couple wins already on JCTV and the Di9 Designs NAOR series at plate racing.
No Johnny Kite.
So Andrew Chapman, he's going to be one to watch out for tonight for sure. And,
We'll leave
you know, throwing it back. We're in a Roush scheme. Those Roush cars used to be super fast. And actually, for that matter, they kind of are at the plate races nowadays. So we'll see here what Chapman's able to do in his number 18, Roush Ford Mustang.
I've never understood why the Fords are always so fast at the restrictor plates, but I'm sure it's something you could Google. I just haven't done it yet.
52.664 for Andrew Chapman, and it's because they cheat. Rodney Ayers!
Oh, man.
Bow tie for life, man. No. Rodney Ayers. Whatever.
I was gonna go with that they put all of their energy or all of their budget into making the car go fast in a straight line, but they never think about it making it go around for 600 or 700 miles in a row.
Hey, you know what?
You drive that thing past what it's meant to do, it'll blow up like a grenade. That's what Fords do.
2 Daytona 500s in a row have been won by a bow tie.
Congrats. I like cars that, stay working.
$52,711 for Rodney Ayers, and if it wasn't for the fact that I had nobody else, I would kick Trader from the booth. No Blackwell. Next up on track.
Look, all I'm saying is I like being able to wake up in the morning and not have to worry about whether my car is going to start. And that's what a Corolla does for me.
You know what's funny though? So like, I own so many Chevy t-shirts. I wear a Chevy t-shirt just about every day because it's literally my wardrobe. I have a Chevy jacket as well. I'm literally a walking, talking billboard for Chevrolet. Guess what my daily is?
A Ford?
Nope.
Is it a Toyota?
Nope.
What, are you driving Buick?
Nope. It's not GM.
It's not GM.
It's not GM. It's actually it's probably one you would least expect. Noah Blackwell, a 52.718 P6. No.
Well, just say it already.
2015 Kia Optima.
Oh, God. I'm so sorry.
Michael Morgan. Good to see him back.
Did you make that choice? Like, was that your choice, or was that just a car that was given to you?
I bought it.
Dude.
It's
Alright, let's move on from car talk, because...
wait a minute. So, like, my car is great. I've had my car since 2019. And I got a brand new engine put in it in August of last year, and I didn't have to pay a thing because of the warranty. My car should last quite a while. Michael Morgan, 52702.
You know what? If you're gonna drive a car that tends to break down, you better get a good warranty. So I'll give you that.
Go.
Kyle Tubb, next up on track. Zachary Meredith rolling out pit road. He's going to be the next one after Kyle Tubb.
Also, in fairness to the Ford fans out there, I will say, before I was a Toyota loyalist, I did think that the Fords were always the best looking cars. From the Gen 5 through the Gen 7, I think they've always been the best looking cars. And yes, I know they're just stickers on the Gen 5, but, you know. Still think the stickers look good.
52697 for Kyle Tubb. P3 so far. What was your, I guess, favorite era in NASCAR?
Well, nostalgia is a hell of a drug, so I think I'll have to go with the Gen 5, because my first season watching NASCAR was 2011. I mean, especially with, I don't know, there was something about those cars where they looked on edge, for one, but they also just had a habit of not getting spread out from one another. You know? You see, I just remember watching in that era, even on a mile and a half, hearing a 3-second lead was unheard of at the time. And I think there was just something about being able to see the top 10 all in one shot, almost through the entire race, was just fun.
Next.
You said 2011, and
Yeah.
You just love seeing it because there was really no breakaway. Did you watch any of the restrictor plate races?
I did, yeah. I mean, again, like, you know, it's the first season I watched, so I think I'll always be a little biased by saying I don't think the tandem racing was that bad, but I get why some people don't like it. I would say the current package is better, but, you know, yeah. It's better than, what we have is better than tandem drafting, but I would say there were better eras of restricted plate racing that I think we could get towards if NASCAR really wanted to work for it. But I think they're more, they like the viral moments of big wrecks, so they don't want to.
52674 for Kenneth Chaney. He goes P2.
Man, call me Brett Bennett with all these tangents up going off.
Tell you what, I mean, 2011 Talladega, Jimmy Johnson, Clint Boyer photo finish, 2/1000 of a second. That was a wild one. I remember watching that one live, and just, I mean, you know, me being a Jeff Gordon fan, of course, I wanted Gordon to win. He was being pushed by Mark Martin, and so close, you know, but Junebug and Jimmy Johnson, they did a great job, and 4 wide coming across start finish line. That was insane.
And also, that era was also where the booth, I think, was at its greatest of all time. With DW, Mike Joy, and Larry Mack all together, like, those three at the peak of their game were just fantastic, man. And also, you got to consider the people working behind it too. When you watch those 2011 races, it feels like there's a group of at least 20 people working to figure out what is going on with the race and how do we present it with the greatest information. It doesn't feel like that anymore. And there's just, that's what I feel like is missing from today's era so much, is just the attention on the race itself seems like it's kind of gone away from the booth.
You know what I've been saying for a while is if Fox would just hire Dawson and I, we would put on great broadcasts.
Yeah, I just want to highlight though that it's not always the guys in the booth that contribute to it. It's the guys behind them, and it just doesn't feel like there's much going on behind the scenes when they're broadcasting those races too. You guys would be great, but there's a whole team behind it, and if you don't have the team, it's not going to be good no matter who's there.
Next.
Draper's just trying to earn brownie points, so he no longer has to be called special guest. I already not called you special guest, Draper. You're good.
Oh, man.
Mike Campbell, 10th quick, 52.714 for the 71. Josh Arnold.
You know, you've heard there's a cougar in the car. Well, how about there's a tiger on the track? Josh Arnold in his Auburn Tigers scheme there. Good looking scheme. I'm not an Auburn fan. Definitely not an Auburn fan. I'm an Oregon Ducks fan. So there's a bit of distaste for Auburn out there. But it's a good looking scheme. I'll give him that.
And we're now rivals. With the Ducks coming to the Big Ten.
That's right. That's right.
P1 for Josh Arnold, 52.636.
Ooh.
Next.
Hunter Sr. going to be the next one. He's number 20, Subway Machine.
And Talladega qualifying don't have to worry about too much as far as starting in the back because of how wide the track is. You can really make up some positions if you want. Daytona, Atlanta, it's a little harder. You really want that track position, but of course you always want to be starting up front. But with how wide the track is, you can really make up those spots.
Yeah, you know, Daytona, you can go 3 wide, but it's sketch.
It's very.
Talladega, you can go 3 wide easily. You know, I mean, these guys can run 3 wide very comfortably at Talladega. And Hunter Sr., I'm surprised at his line here. Kind of drifting up on the straightaways. 52.7 flat, P6 for Hunter Sr. So, not a bad lap time. Nathan Lehman. Next one on track.
Lehman in his happy X scheme. Got to respect the consistency.
It's one of those Yak racing drivers. Of course, tonight's race is the Yak Challenge 200. So Nathan Lehman on the front straightaway. He is going to set 52.665. Make that 663 P2 for Nathan Lehman.
Tell you what, you don't want to be on any sort of... You don't want to be tripping at all when you're behind Nathan Lehman, because he's got those weird little googly eyes on the left rear. Can you tell we're at Talladega? I don't have much to talk about here. I'm struggling.
Jose Ruiz. Another one of those Yak drivers.
You hold the throttle, you turn left. Whoever can do that the smoothest ends up getting the pole. That's about it. Jose Ruiz also in the happy act scheme. Consistency.
See, now he's becoming Brett Bennett, repeating what I said. Having Brett on your team and SAAC is starting to rub off on you. I'm getting scared.
I mean, I've gotten a deafen button, so I try to limit the how much he rubs off on me. But yeah, no, it's probably occurring. We both have ADHD too, so I think he's starting to like increase that in my personality a bit somehow, some way.
They 52.692 for Jose Ruiz. He goes P6 on the board. Full time still a 52.636. Hunter Peach riding on board with him.
Fast lane on the hood. Hopefully this is a fast lap for him. Also in a camera. Right car.
$52.674. P5 for Hunter Peach.
Next. Can I get
Giovanni Klein. The 84.
Good job, Donnie. You're just fucking That's right.
Klein is on the front straightaway here. And he is going to go 52.701 P10 for Giovanni Klein.
Chase McGuire now coming to the line in the 9 car. Some of these guys running real close to the wall on their outlap. I've never been a fan of that because sometimes you can pick up a bit of drag off that wall, not get the full potential of that car.
Goodness. Ugh.
I feel you. 52.672 for Chase McGuire, going to put him in 4th. Just ahead of Kenneth Cheney by 1/1000th of a second.
And I am now having a sneeze attack.
I'll take over. Now we got Cole Snyder out on track. Di9 Designs 24 car. Also running up to the middle there on the straights.
Will Snyder. Let's see what he puts down. 52.655 P2 for Cole Snyder.
Next.
So, right now, we have Josh Arnold on pole by 19 thousandths of a second, which is, for Talladega, that's a massive gap. You know what? I'm I gotta look back at this. I found something analytical to point out here. I gotta look back and see what he's doing different.
He's in a Ford. I told you they cheat.
Not always that simple. Maybe he's wearing a webbed glove.
Wearing a web glove, having his hand out the window as he's down the straightaways.
Well, I mean, that would create drag. I don't know what you're talking about there.
Jonathan Parker, a 52.641. He goes P2, 4 1,000ths of a second off of Josh Arnold.
Next.
So Dylan Chappell gonna be the next one to go out. Is number 99, Pizza and Wings Podcast Ford. And after Dylan Chappell, it should be Traver Burns, but Traver's not in the field tonight. As, of course, he is in the booth with me. So it is going to be Pacey Wygant. Traver, sorry, Chappell, 52.652 P3 for Chappell.
No, I get it. I got a lot of TV time in the few races I've raced here in NAOR. I can see how that went there.
Pacey Wygant. He was fast early on last week at Bristol Dirt. But struggled late.
So I'm looking over at Josh Arnold's lap here. The one thing that he's done different that I can point out is that coming out of turn 4 on his outlap, instead of staying up by the wall, he came all the way down to the bottom, basically late apexing the corner. Not sure, yeah, I don't think I've ever thought of that as an option before. But, yeah, that might be why he is ahead. Well, now by 4 thousandths of a second to Jonathan Parker.
It's a 52.65. Yeah, 6.51 for Pacey Wygant. So Nick Kapiak is the next one on track for qualifying. It's going to be Hapiak, which, of course, he is going out now. Jimmy Minch and Bristol winner Braden Holt. Now, last week we did struggle to bring you the finish of the race. Having lots of issues, but 52.687 for Hapiak. P12 so far.
Is there a finish to that thought there?
There was, but I got sidetracked and I don't remember where I was going with that.
So did I. I heard you start talking, so I figured this would be a good time to focus on something else. We're doing a fantastic job over here. Alright, we'll have plenty to talk about when the race gets going. the Capiac goes to the P12 right there.
Jimmy Mensch, P12, 52.678. And now it is Braden Holt. Yeah, I got out of work. I took a nap. Woke up. Got a haircut, shaved, hopped in the shower. Told Traver what time I was going to go live. Looked at the time and I was like, oh, that's 20 minutes from now. I haven't even made the stream link yet or anything. I was like, I've got to cram all this in. I had not realized what time it was. And my job also, I work Monday through Friday. I've got the weekends off. And I start at 6 a.m. But they actually asked me if I wanted to come in and work tomorrow morning. And for some stupid reason, I said yes. So, not only that, but after this, I'm going to go to bed to wake up. We work at 6 a.m. My brain is not here at the moment. But Braden Holt, it is P5 52655. That means your pole winner is going to be the number 22, Josh Arnold, 52.636, 4 1,000ths of a second over Jonathan Parker.
It's been written for you.
But I have to see.
So there's going to be a 10-minute warm-up. These drivers will get the opportunity to get some last practice in before the 200-mile race here at Talladega. Love this track so much. So fun to commentate races here. So fun to watch races here. And should be an exciting one tonight. But while this is going on, let's go ahead and tell you about our upcoming JCTV schedule. We did mention already about all the Talladega races coming up. But we'll just go ahead and remind you, tomorrow night, the AmsOil Truck Series heads to Talladega. 3 races left in the regular season for them. With Talladega.
And you should tune in to qualifying for that because there's going to be probably some important guys bumped out of that session. Going to be open, some, more than 40 guys showing up. So some guys are going to get bumped out there.
Yeah, actually, Daytona. We had 2 drivers go home at Daytona. It was Harold Tucker and Matthew Stotts at Daytona. So Talladega, there very well might be drivers going home once again. Glad I'm not out there having the pressure of trying to qualify in. But Talladega should be really fun for the AmsOil Truck Series. Then Monday night, TNR, Total Nonstop Action. They are at Kansas Speedway. Another fun track. I absolutely love watching, commentating races there as well. Tuesday night, Slide Job Racing League. They are going to be at the Atlanta Motor Speedway for their regular season finale. 133 laps there at the 1.5-mile track in Hampton, Georgia. Wednesday night, XASCAR. They are going to be at Darlington? Yeah, Darlington. Such a fun track with Darlington. Not a track I enjoy racing personally, but such a fun track to watch racing.
I'd have to agree with you on that one. Never had a great time at Darlington.
Yeah, I've won a NIS Southern 500. and I've had other top 5s, but I still I don't enjoy racing there. It's not a track that suits my style at all. And then Talladega, April 11th on Thursday, SAAC Coast to Coast Cup Series. And that one should be exciting for sure. And then right back here, the Di9 Designs NAOR Series All-Star Race at, well, who wants to take a guess?
Oh, me. Talladega?
Talladega, wow, you got it. Our production crew, they're like, why do we have to travel back to Talladega?
Hey, you get a Friday and Saturday at Talladega, then you get a Thursday and Friday at Talladega.
Yeah.
I hope you like Alabama. I do. I like Alabama. I enjoyed my time there.
Yeah.
All 3 hours of it or whatever.
I was going to say, I've never been to Alabama, but that actually would be a lie. Back when I was a kid, we went to Disney World, which is in Florida. But, oh, goodness, J-Paw just killed Noah Blackwell. Anyway, my dad drove us, so we did go through Alabama. I don't remember it. I was, real young. I remember.
I mean, if that counts, then yeah, I lived in Birmingham for 2 years or something like that.
Well, I remember the drive, but to be able to point things out and go, oh yeah, I remember that was in Alabama. Nope, couldn't do it. The only time I've been to Disney World as well.
I had a little cross-country trip from Florida. Really wanted to get out of Florida. Did not enjoy it. Went through Georgia and then over to Alabama. I enjoyed my time. I think I spent maybe 6 hours in total because I stopped at Talladega to see the NASCAR Hall of Fame. So that was cool. But yeah.
The NASCAR Hall of Fame at Talladega?
Not Hall of Fame, sorry. What they have some sort of museum. I can't remember what it's called. Maybe it's just some sort of Talladega museum. Or was it? It was World Motorsports Hall of Fame or something like that. I don't remember, man. That was 3 years ago. I don't remember what I did 3 hours ago.
See, I've been blessed with a great memory. Which is funny because I just said I don't remember. I was 8.
You were a kid. That can be excused.
I was 8. That was 18 years ago. I think. Yeah. Math. We're good. A few minutes left in this warm-up. Dylan Chappell actually quickest in the warm-up. 1/1000th of a second over Jonathan Parker.
It is the International Motorsports Hall of Fame that I stopped at. Just outside of the Speedway.
Gotcha.
Which, fun fact, they have they have a bunch of driver plaques that, have their nationality next to it. And next to Mario Andretti's, it has a American flag. and what I assume is supposed to be an Italian flag, but the red is worn off so much that it looks Irish.
Interesting.
Fun little fact there. So one could reasonably think that for some reason, Mario Andretti is an Irish-American racing driver, if they've never known anything about motorsports before visiting the museum.
With that restart.
Maybe reasonable is a stretch.
When we're coming down pit road, come in 2 or 3 wide, or shuffle before
We have a minute left in this warm-up. Draber, who do you have your eye on as your pick to win here tonight?
Well, I saw him in the. I raced him in the Open last week in Atlanta, and I watched him in the All-Star race. I'm gonna go with Giovanni Klein. I really liked what I saw from that race, and yeah, I think me and him kind of just have a similar philosophy in terms of restrictor plate racing. So yeah, I like what I see out of him here at restrictor plates.
I am gonna go with. Where is his name? There it is. I'm gonna go with Andrew Chapman. I talked about earlier how he was really good at this discipline of racing. He's won a couple times. He really seems to be good at controlling the races when it comes to, restrict plate racing. So I'm going to go with the 18. I think Chapman's going to get it done tonight. And I'm glad you didn't pick him, because that's the guy that's been on my mind for, since we've gone, before we got on air.
just like normal if there's a crash.
And I mentioned earlier, but special notice to Ollie Reeves. I know I'm a little biased there, but look out for him. Can't take your eye off him there.
And I'm gonna also add, for Brett Bennett and Ollie Reeves, Brett is in the booth with me on Friday nights. He wanted to go out there and race tonight, so he got permission from the admins. We were able to get Schraber in the booth so Brett can go out there and have some fun. So for your point of both Brett and Ollie Reeves, they've got nothing to lose. This is their one and only start, we assume, of the season. So those drivers, they're going to go out there and give it all they've got. Let's go ahead and quickly run down our starting grid before they get green. And starting on the pole is going to be Josh Arnold. Jonathan Parker starts second. Third, Pacey Wygant. Dylan Chappell fourth. Fifth, Braden Holt. Cole Snyder sixth. Seventh will be Nathan Lehman. Andrew Chapman will be eighth. Chase McGuire ninth, and Kenneth Janey starts 10th.
Starting 11th, you got Hunter Peach in P12. Just talked about him. Ollie Reeves in that 31. 94 of Jimmy Mensch. Going to start in the 7th row alongside the 6 of Nick Hapiak. 8th row, Jose Ruiz in that number 23 Toyota alongside the 16 Toyota of Kyle Cobb. Hunter Sr. in 17th in that Subway Chevrolet, and Giovanni Klein starting 18th there. Michael Morgan in the 60 in starting 19th, and Justin Quimby will round out your top 20.
Starting 21st, Brett Bennett. 22nd, Rodney Ayers. 23rd, Dawson Allen. Mike Campbell, 24th. Noah Blackwell, 25th. Zachary Meredith, 26th. And Donnie Kite, starting shotgun on the field, 27th.
I did not know that iRacing had this good of an internet connection.
Getting ready to go green here. 75 laps tonight here in Talladega.
So as the pace car pulls into pit road, the field in the hands of the 22, Josh Arnold, 75 laps, 200 miles here at Talladega Superspeedway in Alabama. Green flag is in the air. We are on our way here for the high banks. Pacey Wygett and some others drop into the back. They want no part of this. This is actually going to help the outside line with Jonathan Parker, who is getting a huge push from Chapel.
Yeah,
they're going to move down to the bottom.
Josh Arnold really got stalled out there on the bottom after those guys dropped back. He's all the way back to around 8.
And just like that, I mean, that's how quickly he fell back. Now Jonathan Parker kind of playing a line game. He goes down to the bottom to block Snyder. But here comes Chapman and Chapel. They're 3 wide for the race lead. Big push from Giovanni Klein onto the back of Chapel.
And Giovanni Klein made an aggressive 3 wide move to get to that spot. Man, they are making moves all over the place. Really showing off the fact that you could definitely make moves and make your way to the front at Talladega.
Giovanni Klein is clear for a moment. Cole Snyder now all over the back bumper of Jonathan Parker. And Parker's going to get underneath Chapel. Chapel staying high with Giovanni Klein.
Big run from... There was a big run from the 60 of Michael Morgan, followed by Brett Bennett there. And looks like the 60 wanted Brett to go with him, and Brett didn't. So Brett's down there around 6th place, 6 in line on the outside lane there.
About Josh Arnold. He wants to be back up front controlling this race. He is 4th in line on the outside, just behind Chapman, Klein, and Chapel. Never thought I'd struggle saying Chapman and Chapel.
I don't blame you for it. 18 looking to the outside here.
Yep, Chapman making that move. Arnold's going to go with him. Chapel blocks. Poor Klein stuck in the sucker hole now. He's going to get some help, but somebody was just in the wall. That's the 20, Hunter Sr.
Chapman dives to the bottom, going to take the lead over Chapel. And Chapel's stuck in the sucker hole there.
Now Chapman blocking.
Gonna have to wait for Giovanni Klein to come and give him help, but he doesn't. He jumps to the outside. Yeah, 99 going to the back. Doesn't have any help.
Josh Arnold back up to the 2nd position. That top line is moving.
Yeah, those guys on the top, they're really able to stay stuck together. With these next gens, oh, got 4 wide, 5 wide.
Oh!
We got a wreck.
Wreck! Klein, Parker, Lehman, still green. Caution.
Not surprised to see that happen there. A lot of guys really aggressive to get to the front on lap 5. And looks like everyone just kind of tried to make a move at once, and they ended up 5 wide there. Not seeing much damage out of anyone, though. I think everyone got away with it all right. Oh. Maybe,
Somebody forced into...
Yeah, maybe a bit of damage on... Yeah, you got a little bit of front end damage for Jonathan Parker. A little bit for Giovanni Klein, I believe, too. Oh, actually, that's pretty big damage. Oh, no, there isn't. Well, iRacing did its thing where a bumper flew off, and then it magically appeared back on.
Gotta love it.
After I did that, I'll do what you want. I'm doing it right now.
All I know is I saw from 4 and 5 wide, and I saw Mike Campbell over direct. I'm not kidding. So.
We are under caution for the
So
first
coming-
time.
Just to break it down for you, coming through the trial, well, Donnie Kite goes to the outside of Brett Bennett. That's move number 1. Brett Bennett sees that. I think he tries to go to the middle, and Giovanni Klein wasn't having any of it, so he goes to the inside of Brett Bennett, and at that point, they're 5 wide. Brett Bennett's on the inside, Nathan Lehman, and they make contact, and Lehman ends up spinning in front of the rest.
Pit road is open. Some drivers coming down. And, actually, everybody not named Donnie Kite's coming down.
Not surprised to see the guys coming down. Might as well lengthen your pit window a bit here.
Will be Chapman, Arnold, Snyder, Tubb, Bennett, Chappell, Reeves, Meredith, and McGuire. And Quimby, top 10 off pit road.
Yeah, and guys getting damage right now include Jonathan Parker. Pacey Wygant's still in his stall, but I'm not seeing any damage to him. They might have just been farther back. Nathan Lehman possibly taking damage, repairs as well. As well as Giovanni Klein. In fact, Giovanni's car looks perfectly fine now, so he should be alright. Some damage is fully repairable, sometimes it's not, but it looks like Giovanni was able to get it completely repaired there.
Just a little bit of contact with your front bumper.
So I wanted to point out, of course, I don't know what these guys are using for spotters. iRacing has an AI spotter, but some people prefer a third-party app to be their spotter. I can tell you, as far as third-party apps, I don't know how they call it, but for the guys that are using the iRacing spotter, you will not hear 4 wide. You will not hear 5 wide. The most wide you will hear is 3 wide. And so
Once they get 4 wide, you'll just hear, hold your line.
hold your
That's
line.
it.
Yep, hold your line.
Not very helpful.
No. So you know, it's so hard when you get into those positions to really know where people are at and around you. And, you know, it's right there. The reason for this accident, everything happened so fast. It's not like Klein was like, I'm going to make it 5 wide. It just, he was committed to a move at the same time as others. You know, everything was so quick there. And that was the reasoning for this caution coming out.
Yeah, the next gens, the runs come so quickly. It almost, compared to the trucks, it almost feels like GTA racing sometimes, man. The slipstream is just, it's extremely powerful. And yeah, if you're not on your toes, looking everywhere you can all the time, it's very easy for wrecks to start because of that. But it also means that there's a skill to being able to stay close to the car in front of you, because it's also easy to get separated because of that as well. don't know what's going on with... I think Justin Quimby's having a little internet issue. I don't think it's damaged, but it just looked like his car's tweaking a bit. I don't know how else to describe that. He's just having a little twitch to the right sometimes. Don't do drugs, kids. And don't give them to your cars either. Unless it's fun.
Finish line right here.
Trademark that.
Yeah, that's just messed up.
Coming to the green here. Take it away, Josh.
It's time to restart sewing green flag back out.
Big jump for the leader on the outside there.
Yeah, and he's all the way up at the wall. I think he just wants the field to go past him.
I mean, he is far out front. You don't want to get that far. Like I said, the runs are massive.
Chapman moving to the bottom. Oh, what a squeeze Chapman did to stay in front of Cole Snyder.
And for Donnie Kite, maybe he just wanted to lead a lap, because that did not work out for him at all.
You know, now he's at a fuel disadvantage as well, and being up there leading the race, he's going to burn more fuel than the rest of these drivers. So, for Kite, you know, he had the track position right there. It's so hard to give it up, but I think he made the right decision.
Well, I mean, if that was the decision, then I'm shocked by the call to stay out, because the only reason you'd stay out is for track position there. So, yeah.
I mean, yes, but unless if he really just wanted to lead a lap.
That's the only thing that I can think of, other than he just messed up the restart there, which is entirely possible. So, yeah. Sometimes you get a good restart, and it's so hard to think about letting off while you're in the lead, but sometimes that's just what you got to do to make sure you're not too far up front. It feels counterintuitive in the mind, but it's what you got to do.
Chapman pulling down in front of Brett Bennett. Now going in front of Cole Snyder. You know, I never have had a problem with drivers blocking. I personally do not really like this move in iRacing, though, because the difference between when drivers do it in real life and in iRacing is, you know, obviously nobody wants to wreck their car whether they're in a sim or not, but you're more likely to not allow a guy in, you know, if you are Cole Snyder or Brett Bennett in the sim here, for Chapman, who's going back and forth playing the line games. So I don't have a problem with the move. I'm not a fan of it as somebody that wants to go out there and do it myself, just simply because I think drivers are not as nice in the sim.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to not really care about wrecking the car in the sim when you're not having someone else pay for it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Hey, you want to make people crash less. Tell you what, give them a $1 penalty every time they total a car. That would kick about half the people off of iRacing, unfortunately. I'm not saying that seriously, but...
Oh, we got a wreck! Michael Morgan into the wall in front of senior. Donnie Kite just squeaks by. See what happened to Morgan here.
Well, you were just talking about late blocks, and I think this is a prime case of it. 60 did not want to allow Donnie Kite to be on his outside there, and he just tried to block, and it was too late. Hunter Senior had a reasonable complaint for it on the over the radio, and of course, the admin Josh Arnold says to wait for any post race review. But I'll be honest, Hunter Senior's dead on there. It's just late block.
Hey, Bennett, did you know if you press Alt F4, it'll give you the
I'm sorry. I cannot hear driver chat like a driver can, but I just heard that in the background. I don't know if that was loud enough to be heard at home.
Is that coming through my mic?
Yes, I heard Dawson say, "Hey Bennett or Brett, if you hit Alt F4, it'll give you something." Of course, you don't want to hit Alt F4. That'll kick you out of the sim.
No, don't shush.
It'll give you nitrous oxide.
See, I always loved in GTA racing when we told people to hit the Y boost. For those who don't know, if you hit Y, you jump out of the car.
Oh yeah. Even though I know that, I probably still would have been like, wait a minute, what?
Hey, in GTA, there's a lot of weird curb boosting, short shifting, even though they're automatic cars. But yeah, there's a whole lot of little... Ooh! Thought we were going to have a collision in pit road there. But yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff. Car's coming off pit road, Josh. Who's leading it off?
It's going to be Cole Snyder leading them off pit road. Kenneth Cheney, though, staying out. Cheney's going to assume the race lead. But it is Snyder, Bennett, Klein, Tubb, Reeves, Campbell, Lehman, Arnold, McGuire, and Zachary Meredith, top 10 off pit road.
And only half of those will be in the top 10 after lap 1, considering how this race is going.
Oh, yeah. I fully agree. And, you know, you keep mentioning GTA racing, and, you know, for some people that might not know, or those that don't watch SAAC Coast to Coast Cup Series, and it's something that, as broadcaster, I don't really talk about. Why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about, you know, how SAAC started, or at least, you know, where it came from, the roots.
Yeah, I mean, the roots come from GTA racing. I didn't really come into it until they got super popular, but we were one of the biggest, I think we were one of the biggest GTA leagues out there. Certainly one of the biggest NASCAR GTA leagues. And of course, in GTA, you got to create your own tracks and stuff. So you got to have a good track creator, and we definitely had that. Unfortunately, he didn't come over to iRacing with us, but yeah, I mean, we would be getting up to, you know, somewhere between 16 and 30 guys each race for GTA racing. That's a lot. So yeah, it was those were some good times. Nostalgia's strong with that, but I mean, with the amount of guys that we were able to get in those leagues, it was a lot of fun.
And SAAC Coast to Coast Cup Series, of course, is broadcast by JCTV Thursday nights. Yeah, I don't even remember how in the world we got the job to call the broadcast. Like, all the leagues that I do, except Saturday nights, just because Cam and I are friends. Well, actually, except this one too. So I guess not all the leagues, but you know, these guys reach out to me to broadcast for them.
60%.
We make a deal happen. You know, if I can, and we make something happen. For SAAC, Cody never reached out to me. I don't even remember how we got like connected. And it just kind of happened that we were like, hey, we want to broadcast another race, if that's okay with you, because we've got somebody that we want to train. And Cody was like, yeah, absolutely. And then it just became like a full-time deal. Like, I remember that being the second race that we did. The first race, I don't even remember how it started.
The heck, man, I got no idea either. But I'm glad we're here.
This league here, actually, I was supposed to be a full-time driver. I wasn't even supposed to broadcast. And they had no broadcaster, and I said, hey, it turns out I kind of do broadcasting on my own channel. I will broadcast your season opener, but after that, I want to race. And everybody was like, no, you are not allowed to race. You did such a great job. We are keeping you in the booth. And I'm like, man, okay. But pace car is in. We're getting ready to go. And Kenneth Cheney falling at the end of the longest line, maybe? But green flag is in the air. We're back underway here at Talladega.
Cole Snyder, Ollie Reeves on the front row here. Lesson learned, by the way. Don't be too good at your job. Back to the racing. Cole Snyder getting a push there on the inside. Ollie Reeves kind of hung out to dry. No one behind him. He's going to drop down to third on the inside line. And actually, Josh Arnold's going to go to the outside of him.
Yeah, Arnold's going to move up. Ollie Reeves moves up. Reeves wants to try to control this race. And not just try to control this race, Reeves is going to be leading just barely ahead of Snyder.
Yeah, we've got a long line on the inside, but those guys on the inside, some of them don't really want to go to the front. So it's really even with about 6-7 rows of cars that are really trying to get to the front there. Big checkup on the inside.
Oh my!
Who was that?
Kyle Tubb.
Jawb.
Yeah.
Kyle Taub got really loose there. Just check up at the wrong time. And, yeah, Zachary Meredith just wasn't anticipating it. Just barely got into him. Not very hard. But, yeah, Kyle Taub a little loose. Now we got a new leader at the bottom lane, Mike Campbell.
Yeah, Ollie Reeves leading the race. He's got Josh Arnold behind him. And it is Mike Campbell and Cole Snyder on the bottom line. And we actually have a third line forming. That is, well, guess who? Chapman. Up there with Klein and Dawson Allen.
Hey, how about Dawson? He wants a little TV time.
He gets enough of it.
Ollie Reeves goes up to block. That was aggressive. Goes up to block that third line. And that third line is moving.
Oh, Klein. He gets clear. He moves way down.
Nobody's content to ride around right now. Everyone wants to lead.
And here comes Chapman. He's going to go around the outside of Reeves. And now Reeves all the way down to the bottom. Elevator drop. It's Chapman, Arnold, Allen. Top three.
See if Quimby and Chappell are, you know, kind of stuck in the sucker hole there. That outside really has a big run now.
Kite and Senior move to the middle line. Reeves falling back. He's actually going to go to the front bumper of Brett Bennett. And
that's kind of
my!
Wow. I'm surprised where Donnie Kite was at. There wasn't really anyone behind him, and he was just kind of laying in the middle. Went down to a late block, and Hunter Senior checked up for him, and then some guys behind got loose because of it.
And then Senior blinked. That'll make it all worse.
Yeah. Well, right after I said no one's content to ride around, we have a content to ride around line on the outside formed up right now. Oh, no, I
well.
take that back. Who is that?
Dawson Allen.
What in the lead? Got no help right now. We'll get some help from Dylan Chappell there.
I think Dawson is not content with the fact that I won on JCTV before him. He wants to win a points-paying race, an actual league race on JCTV before me. And that very well could happen tonight. Dawson Allen really good at these plate races as well. And,
how about Ollie Reeves? We thought, you know, he might maybe go to the back, just ride around. Nah, Brett Bennett's pushing him back up there. And I think Brett Bennett's angry that I won a league on JCTV before he did.
Brett Bennett is definitely the bridesmaid.
Mr. Second Place himself.
Chapman continues to...
they're going to be 4 wide again!
No, that ain't gonna work!
Ollie Reeves is around. Brett Bennett escapes just unscathed, but Giovanni Klein, Quimby, and others.
McGuire. I think Mike Campbell. Started with Quimby, Reeves, and Klein. Looks like Meredith got tagged, but he stayed out of the wall. Kite was backwards.
Yeah, Giovanni Klein is heavily damaged right now.
Yeah, I think I taped the outside wall about
Same with Donnie Kite. I mean, he hit the... No surprise, he slammed that outside wall.
Ollie Reeves and Chase McGuire on beside him. Both of them don't have a front bumper.
If there's someone slow in front of you, ask, here's your black flag. I cannot have to be.
So this is caution number 3 on the night. Our only retired driver is Michael Morgan. We'll see if we get any more retirees from this accident. But nobody did tow to pit road.
Well, it's Talladega. It's definitely not going to be the last caution we have. And with how big the track is, you could get a lot of damage repaired. So some guys are heavily damaged, but I don't think anyone's really out of it. Maybe Justin Quimby. That right front's not looking good. But speaking of Justin Quimby, I'm not really sure where he was going to start that, because it seems like he's getting a good push from Dawson Allen on the bottom, and then he moves up from the yellow line. Dawson Allen takes advantage, and then Quimby, I don't know if he must have been trying to get in that middle line, and Ollie just didn't want to let him there, and Quimby just kept coming up. So, guys on pit road taking damage. Chase McGuire, Ollie Reeves, Giovanni Klein, Justin Quimby, and Donnie Kite.
I got a good question. Who the hell let you lead?
Andrew Chapman, still the race leader. And it's actually Dawson Allen that is the race leader, not Chapman.
Hi, JT.
Dawson is becoming one with the pace car. That's what it is there.
It's every little kid's dream to bump the pace car. You know, I think someone else said this before me, and I don't know if it was someone on JCTV or not, but I would love for iRacing to have an April Fool's joke where they make the pace car solid. That would be a heck of an April Fool's joke.
You know, okay. So, like, when you're under yellow and you've got to slow down to let the pace car pass you, and you know, like, there's times it just blows past you or literally goes through you, that's where it really would be a problem. You just get flat out turned, and the pace car is solid, so it just drives through all these cars. Just that mass destruction down the backstretch.
Oh, man.
Oh, it would be entertaining for those not in the race. You know, there's a lot of times I sit up here in the booth and I say, as a fan, I love it. But out there on the track, if I were on the track, nope.
Yeah. There's a lot of different things that go into that category. Oh, man.
Like this what they're doing here, you know, where all these drivers are wanting to lead this race. They're all out there trying to control the race. Me, I want to lead, yes, and I will do that eventually. Right now, nope, I don't love it. I don't. If I'm out on the track, but you know, as a broadcaster, as a fan watching this, shoot, keep on going, boys. This is entertaining, you know.
Yeah, I would like to see some green flag running. I got somewhere to be after this, man.
Well, I mean, they can do it and keep green flag run. This league is really good. Keep that green.
Usually yes, but we've been having. There's been nobody's content right now, like I said. So everyone's wanting to lead, and yeah, it's just leading to some incidents where no one's doing anything too out of the ordinary, but everyone's trying to make a move on everyone else, and it's just causing everyone to wreck. But pace car's off, coming to the restart zone.
Dawson Allen going to be the control car, and who in the world let him lead? Green flag it back out. 49 laps to go here at Talladega. The ACK Challenge 200.
Andrew Chapman saying, I'm not going to let a broadcaster lead a race anymore. Cole Snyder with a push from him.
Where's Josh Arnold going?
Yeah. Cole Snyder going to be in a sucker hole.
Nathan Lehman looking to move down.
Yeah, everyone moving down there. That'll be good news for Lehman. I thought he would be the one going to the back, but it looks like that's going to be Hunter Peach.
Yeah, Hunter Peach actually
Unless he gets some help.
blinked out there. Now he's going to get a little bit of help. Chapman, Arnold, and Lehman move back up to the top line. Snyder leading the middle line. Dawson Allen leading the low line. Go ahead, Draper.
Really, at this point in the race, with how easy it has been to pass guys, your only goal should really be just to stay on the lead lap. And unfortunately, Ollie Reeves is in danger of going a lap down as he's lost the draft. So if they go green, that's going to be something to worry about for him. And of course, he's also carrying a bit of front-end damage, so that's just a... I'm not sure. I think just a little bit. I'm not sure if those... I'm seeing a little damage on the hood louvers, but that might just be some sort of visual glitch there. Either way, not good news for him.
His car looks a lot better than it did beforehand.
That's for sure.
Chase McGuire still without a front end. He is in the draft. Cole Snyder, Kyle Tubb, Zachary Meredith, Josh Arnold, and Nathan Lehman moved down. Gunnar
Yeah,
Peach.
for a minute, we had a train on the outside, and yet again, no one wants to stay in that train.
Yeah, Josh Arnold, he's like, you're not Dale Jr. up there. You're not about to lead this line. He's got Kyle Tubb, Hunter Peach right behind him. Andrew Chapman, a little bit further behind, trying to get in the draft of these guys. Donnie Kite actually also pulls down.
And just to close the book on that last wreck, it looks like Justin Quimby and Giovanni Klein have called it a night. They're 5 laps down and still on pit road.
Ooh, Dawson Allen caught the wall a little bit. This is going to stack up. Jonathan Parker. Parker falls to the back. Meredith leading the middle line. Well, really bottom line. Up the middle of the racetrack. Cole Snyder still leading the race. 45 laps to go.
Chase McGuire has also lost the draft now.
And here comes Ruiz. Here comes Chappell.
Oh, and Ollie Reeves has called it a night. Just disconnected from the session.
Ruiz, Arnold, Lehman, Meredith. They are lined up on the bottom. That top line has lost its advantage of the numbers game. But I noticed there was just a big gap between Tubb and Bennett a moment ago. That gap has closed. And Chapman moving up to the middle line, that's not going to help the bottom at all. Chapman looking for somewhere to go. Side drafting on Allen.
He might find a hole on the inside here, and he does.
Now Arnold and Lehman move to the top line ahead of Cole Snyder. Give Josh Arnold the race lead. Lehman, huge push from Cole Snyder to Lehman, which then resulted in a push to Arnold. That outside line, they had to really work their wheels to keep it straight.
Brett Bennett now going to go to the inside, but no one, doesn't look like anyone's going with him. Donnie Kite does go with him there.
Donnie Kite, he goes back up
Donnie
top.
Kite, yeah, he just wanted to leapfrog there for position, and now Dawson Allen's going to pick up Brett Bennett there.
Ruiz was behind Allen. He moves to the middle as well as Meredith.
Dawson Allen just called that a move of all time. Not the best. Certainly not the best.
They're going to the high line. Right now, the advantage numbers up high. Oh, wow. Senior pulls down to the bottom. He's got Chapman. Ruiz.
I was just about to ask if we're about to get a little freight train and ride around.
The answer? No.
They answered it before I could even ask it.
Now, we have Senior and Chapman on the bottom.
Oh.
And they actually pulling even with Arnold.
And Pacey Wygen's coming into this group. He's actually going to lead a 3-wide push here. With help from Braden Holt and Nick Hapiak. Oh, it didn't quite materialize yet, but I think Pacey Wygen's looking to go to the front right now.
Bottom line stacked up just a little bit. Wygen moves to the middle.
Oh!
Lehman!
Big loose moment from Lehman. He jumps up in front of Pacey Wygen. Didn't really have a choice. That stacks up the middle lane, and that's everyone's scattering right now.
Chapman went all the way up top, trying to take the lead away.
Hunter
Snyder.
Senior's bailing out. He doesn't want any part of this, and I don't blame him anymore.
I don't blame him either. Snyder moved down to the middle line. He's now trying to control this race. Chapman has the lead, but there is no connection between him and Arnold as there is with Lehman and Snyder. So right now, advantage that 24 machine.
It was just saying, Pacey Wygen's been real conservative for this entire race, just hanging out in the back. Not anymore. Oh, tight 3 wide! My goodness!
It's Noah Blackwell, the 88.
Boys, we're still on lap 37.
Pacey Wygen.
We're not even halfway.
Not quite. Pacey Wygen takes the lead. He's got Braden Holt behind him. Here comes. Is that the 6 car? Nick Hapiak? We have not said his name all night. Same with Ayers. Rodney Ayers. Where'd he come from? He's up to 4th. "37 laps complete, 38 laps to go. In the Yak Challenge 200 here at Talladega. We've got a 5-car breakaway and then 3 wide with Jimmy Mensch, Cole Snyder, and Andrew Chapman.
Rodney Ayers in the 21 Wood Brothers car. I'd say those Wood Brothers have had some good success at the restrictor plates.
Not in this decade.
Not in this decade, but you know, the Trevor Bain and well, you had Matt DiBenedetto was pretty good there. But yes, in recent times.
Actually, you know what? Where's Ryan Bogey? Get Bogey on here. That old 21 Wood Brothers looking machine in 4th place.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though, that 24 machine looking mighty fast. Scott Meredith pushing him. Lehman, Ruiz, and Allen up top.
Josh Arnold going to the outside here. He is one that has not been content to stick around either. He's been one to control the race this whole time. And looks like Hunter Sr.'s gotten comfortable now. He's looking to follow that line of Josh Arnold and Donnie Kite.
Justin Quimby,
Got a, yep.
11 laps down. He's going to go to the outside, stay out of these guys' way.
And he's going to try to hopefully hook on to the draft here. And he's going to pray for 11 cautions and no one else to go a lap down.
Chase McGuire not too far ahead of these guys. McGuire on the lead lap, but heavy damage to the front of his car. This cost him to lose the draft. Josh Arnold working that high line with Kite, Senior, Meredith, Lehman, Ruiz. They're trying to work that middle line or top line.
And Senior in the wall.
Yeah, that caused a big stack up. Senior still in the wall. I think he's got a broken toe.
He's got,
Caution!
yeah, he's got heavy damage. You are correct on that. And Josh Arnold is manually throwing the yellow there.
That makes sense. I was gonna say that would not have brought out a iRacing yellow.
And yeah, there was just a big stack up. And Hunter Sr. was the meat in that sandwich of a stack up. Just unfortunately got turned into the outside wall coming out of turn 2.
Well, McGuire stayed on the lead lap, so Quimby going to get one of his lucky dogs. One of his laps back. So Quimby will be 10 down. Pit road is open, and it is going to be a busy one. So everybody is coming down pit road. Josh Arnold could be the first one off pit road. It was a 2-tire call. 2 lefts for Arnold. Meredith, Cheney, Chapman, Blackwell, Tubbs, Snyder, Allen, Gamble, and Ruiz. The top 10.
No surprise to see 2 tires there for Josh Arnold, with only needing a splash really since the last yellow to fill up.
It looks like first 4 drivers, Arnold, Meredith, Cheney, and Chapman, all 2 tires only. Mike Campbell also with 2 tires. He's back in 9th, but he gained 10 positions off of pit road.
Yeah, tires probably not going to matter too much, but well, they don't on at Talladega, but they will matter a little more than usual because the track temp is 134 degrees, which is crazy because it's only 75 ambient. That seems insane. But anyway,
It's the middle of May.
yeah.
In
Like
sim.
every race is the middle of May. Yeah, in the sim, every race in NAOR has been for May 15th. Some guys coming in to top off as well here.
It's
A lot
actually
of guys, actually.
not May 15th. May 15th is the default. So a lot of the sessions, a lot of hosted sessions, if you don't change the date, it is set to May 15th. This one, actually, it's kind of weird. In sim, it is not May 15th. It's May 16th.
I don't know what sim you're looking at. I'm looking at a sim time of May 15th, buddy.
My telemetry tells me May 16th at 1 p.m.
Okay. So it's gonna be 1 day hotter than what it in theory.
Another day closer to the summer.
I know for Alabama, that's kind of good, but not always a good thing. I don't know. I don't live there. I just drove through there once.
I flew over Alabama
That doesn't count.
in January.
Yeah, in which case, I flew over the Midwest. I flew over your house once, in that case.
On my way home, I flew over Michigan. Went to Chicago. Was going to fly back into Michigan to Detroit.
I know that feeling.
After getting on 2 different jets, and getting off 2 different jets because they told us that they were not going in the air, I rented a car and drove the rest of the way home.
Yeah, that sounded adventurous. Can't say I have a similar experience to that one.
Chase McGuire going to line up 3rd on the inside line. He still has no front end. Green flag waving. We're back underway here at Talladega.
Nobody's behind Hunter Sr. on that outside. No one close anyway. That was interesting.
It's because everybody came
Lot of
down pit
guys-
road.
Yeah, a lot of guys came down pit road there, had to go to the tail end. Which in some cases, you'd almost rather start in a tail end group rather than be the last one on the outside there, because look at where Hunter Sr.'s going.
Yeah, it's going to take a bit before... I'm just going to stop that sentence because it's not relevant. It's not relevant anymore.
It's not, no.
It's going to take a bit for drivers to move up to the top line. Is where that sentence was going. You know, a few laps, maybe 5. It took half. Senior not wanting to be behind McGuire. And I'm wondering if some people don't realize the extent of the damage of McGuire.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, he's still missing a front bumper. I mean, hey, nothing. There's absolutely nothing wrong he's doing. When you're missing a front bumper, you got to do everything you can to stay in that main pack and stay on that lead lap. Because if he does get out of line here, he's going to the back very, very quickly and probably losing a lap if, in around 20 laps or so.
There is no way he can lead a line. I thought he was about to pull down there and prove me wrong. He looked like he was about to start turning left.
I mean, everyone's proved us wrong tonight. So,
yeah, I would say
wouldn't
for
be
Chapman,
surprised.
he's or not Chapman. It was Senior. I was gonna say he screwed being out there on the outside because nobody's moving up as they're moving up. So for McGuire, he cannot lead a line with the damage he has. He will be slow enough that if he loses draft, it's not, his car will not be as effective as those that are fully intact. He needs to stay in the draft right where he's at, and he'll still be turning fast laps.
Yeah, and with those damage, he can't even afford to have. He has to have both a car ahead of him and a car behind him to be able to stay in the draft. So this is a great spot, that probably the best spot he could have been hoping for right now, because you have a long train to the guys behind him, to the very back, I should say.
I think after 4 cautions, drivers have had enough. It always makes me laugh, when even watching real NASCAR, how they're all wild. And then you get to the final 30 laps, and it's like, okay, we're done. We're done racing. until the last couple laps.
Yeah, it's one of those phenomena that really started with the Gen 6 car in that 2013 area, especially because there's just a massive fear of losing the draft in the end of the race there. And so they'll go hard because everyone's trying to get to the front, but as soon as you start seeing guys, change lanes into the majority line, everyone else wants to get there immediately because you want to have that track position because it's going to single file out. So it's just one of those weird things where, especially in real NASCAR, because you're not in Discord channels with each other and being able to coordinate stuff. So yeah, because you don't have any sort of security in terms of being in that main pack, you're going to try to go up top as soon as you can to make sure you're in a good spot for the final 10 laps.
Yeah, every time we get to a restrictor plate style race, I always say two things. One of them is not relevant tonight because Alonso Chicano is not in the race. I'll save that one for tomorrow. The second thing that I always say is, I remember one time listening to an interview with Dale Earnhardt Jr. that said that at these kind of races, he wants to lead the final 30 laps. He wants to be able to control from 30 to go to the end. Well,
that worked out well for him, didn't it?
I was going to say, so if you're Zachary Meredith, you want it. Why does everybody keep doing the opposite of what I'm saying? This isn't even commentator's jinx. This is drivers messing with me.
Well, I think Zachary Meredith may have been trying to do a little leapfrog and he was in the lead. I'm sorry.
He was the leader.
I'm not really sure. I don't think I've ever seen a leader give up the lead while in a single file line.
But you know what's interesting to me? Look at this on the bottom! Mike Campbell just took the lead away with help from a lap car of Justin Quimby. They were the only cars on the bottom. Now you've got a driver's moving to the bottom. Ruiz, Chapman, everybody is now on the bottom line. First of all, I don't even know how Campbell did that.
Justin Quimby still has a little bit of nose damage too. That front end is caved in right in the center, just a little bit. It's not bad, but he's still surprised to see him leading the line. Of course, it's much better than the car behind him, Campbell, which has a complete dent in the right front. But yeah, it's just shocking to see those two damaged cars being the one to lead right now.
Like, nobody went down there to help them. And they weren't even side drafting. They were on the bottom. How in the world?
Yeah, it just goes to show you how much, how beneficial bump drafting is in these cars, too. One thing that's really come back in vogue as Quimby gives up the lead.
Well, Quimby was already a lap down. Or several laps down. Quimby, 10 laps down now. So, Campbell...
Well, gives up the lead of the line. Still surprising to see, because you might as well be in front to get one of those laps back.
Campbell is the race leader. Ruiz, Chapman, Cheney, Blackwell.
We got a line on the outside here. Big run coming from Pacey Wydred and Braden Holt. We've said that one before, haven't we?
Oh, huge run. Now everybody on the bottom want to go back up to the top line. Braden Holt, new leader.
All aboard on the choo-choo train. Don't get left behind, boys. That's what everyone's doing. Nobody wants to miss the bus right now.
Braden Holt, Pacey Wydred, Nick Capiat.
For some guys. Looks like Dawson Allen going to be the guy to do something different and pick up Mike Campbell there on the bottom, and now everyone jumps down to the bottom. You know, as the color commentator, I'm supposed to be the analytical one, and there's just no point in me being here at this point. Because I don't understand what's happening. Nobody wants to lead, or no... Yeah, I'm gonna stop that. On the outside, we have Dawson Allen, again being the guy to do something different, pushing Noah Blackwell, and Blackwell decides to take that hole on the bottom, and Dawson Allen's going to get left out to dry.
Now,
we got a line with Justin Quimby, though.
Dawson Allen is pushing the air. Justin Quimby looking to go to the outside. Brett Bennett. I was gonna say, who does he go with? Is Brett Dawson Allen, or continue to go with Quimby? And it's gonna be Allen, Bennett, Parker, Chappell. That outside line.
Well, whether the name of the car in front is Dawson Allen or not, Quimby has damage, so that was the logical move for Brett Bennett as well. And they're making some hay right now. Help from Jonathan Parker behind Brett Bennett as well. That third car is just as important, if not more important, than the car behind the leader, the second car in that lane. Because if the second car in line is going to fall back occasionally, you know, they're not going to be able to get stuck. If you have that third car right there behind you consistently, that's what makes a line go.
Little gap between Mensch and Ruiz. This might actually be what the top line needs. Allen trying to side draft with Mensch, pulling up a little bit now on the front straightaway. Side by side with Ayers. We have 18 laps to go in the Yak Challenge 200. 6 cars on the outside line. And Holt, he's going to move out there. He was the race leader.
Yeah, that looked strange.
Holt going to fall into line between Hapiak and Ayers.
You know, Braden Holt and Pacey Wygen, it almost seems like, I'm not sure if they're working together or not, but I wonder if Pacey Wygen's engine temps were getting a little too hot, and Braden Holt decided he'll let Pacey get some clean air there, cool that engine down. It's a Ford, they get hot fairly easily. Okay, I'll stop with my criticism.
I mean, I like your explanation, your thinking for that. I'm just saying, if I'm Braden Holt, I'm leading with 18 laps to go. I am not giving the lead up for somebody behind me.
I mean, with 18 to go, we saw how much the lead changed in 18 laps, though, in those first 18 laps. So
for sure. Yeah, I still am not counting Holt out, but look at this outside line. You know, right now they are so formed. Holt locked in place on the bottom line. It's now Dawson Allen has the race lead. If they stay like this, it's going to be so hard for Holt to make a move, but Jonathan Parker moving down low. Brett Bennett blocks. Now Dawson Allen going to stay high. He's going to lose the race lead.
Well, he's still at least going to have some help coming on that outside if they stay with him there on that outside. But, yeah, I think it's just at this point you still want to try to keep as many friends as possible. And if you're Braden Holt, you might as well help out Pacey there, because both Pacey and Braden Holt are great pushers. So You want to keep as many friends as possible, keep as many drivers happy with you, so hopefully they'll help you out at the end of the race.
Well, Brett Bennett leading 15 laps go. Jonathan Parker in second. Parker, he is unlucky when it comes to the end of these kind of races. He wants to win so bad anywhere you go, anywhere he goes, but unable to close the deal on these plate races so far. He's currently second. Brett Bennett, he's got nothing to lose. He's never won a race on JCTV. He wants to win one so bad, and he's going to do what it takes to get it done. Wygant started off the season on the right foot, winning at Michigan. Actually winning his dual race as well, which was for points. Had a couple of good finishes, and it's been a struggle for him as well. Andrew Chapman, Nick Capiak, side by side for fourth place. Chapman, I mentioned he's my pick to win. He's so good at these kind of races. He's trying to get up front, control this thing.
And we've heard this pair before, Chapman and Chappell.
Yeah.
Chappell's been pushing Chapman a lot of this race, but I guess Chapman got tired of being pushed and decides to fall in line in third.
5 cars on the outside line, one of them lap down, or multiple laps down, actually 10 with Quimby. That is the purple car. Fourth in line. 13 laps to go.
Brett Bennett leading this race, and I want to say that because I want to mark this down as another race that Brett Bennett was leading late and didn't win.
Brett wins this race. You get to interview him.
I would love to. Also behind him, Jonathan Parker there, who's been, we call it a game of chess, and he's been hanging out in the back waiting for things to kind of settle down, and now he's picked his way to the front after they've settled down a bit. So, put himself in a good spot here with 11 to go.
You know why I don't have very much luck at plate races? It's a game of chess, and I came prepared for checkers.
No, it's not only a game of chess; it's also a game of politics. Gotta keep as many friends as you can. As Brett Bennett's gonna get hung out possibly. Nah, he's gonna go to the top. Big run from that outside. Jonathan Parker went to block, and Brett followed suit.
Where Brett's at, he's in a position where he's not only need to watch his mirror, but he's got to be prepared for anything. If you're on the bottom, drivers have one option as to how they can pass you. That's to the outside. That's to the right. Right here in the middle, Parker can go to the outside. Parker can go to the inside. Brett's got to be prepared for anything as drivers move it down to that bottom line, but for the most part, advantage bottom line. Only because everybody moved down there as I was saying that.
Yeah, and they've single filed out now. One thing to note, Hunter Peach is about, I think, around 5 seconds ahead of these guys. He'll be hoping for, that's a little more than 5 seconds, more like 10. But, yeah, he'll be hoping for a yellow fairly soon.
$17 drivers are in this front pack, and then it is 17th through 22nd in a pack that is just now middle back. Oh, we got action! Mike Campbell, what a save! I could have swore he was about to go sideways on the track, and we were about to have a big wreck back here.
Hunter Peach certainly was hoping for that. Oh man, yeah, he just got a little push off the corner. Usually these cars are pretty stable, but off the corner they can be a little inconsistent at times. And yeah, that's definitely what happened there. Just an unfortunate push at the wrong time. And by the way, the last 2 laps, that second pack of 18 through 22nd has lost 4 seconds. So if there's any chance of them coming back to this main pack, it's eliminated without any yellows.
Tubb, Snyder, McGuire, Cheney, and Senior are that second pack. Hunter Peach, 4.3 seconds ahead of your race leader, Brett Bennett. That second line is forming. Now Dawson Allen moving to the top. And here comes Jonathan Parker. Brett Bennett goes up there to block.
Lines are forming, guys are making moves again.
Oh, Chapel gonna go around. Hard contact. Still somehow green.
Yet.
I will not be surprised if Josh Arnold throws a yellow. Caution is out.
He does, yep.
I cannot believe that iRacing did not throw a yellow there.
Well, no one really got sideways on the racetrack. The only spin happened in the grass, so I'm not surprised. But, yeah. That's an unfortunate, probable race ender. Or, wouldn't be surprised to see it be a race ender for Dylan Chappell. He got a push from Noah Blackwell that spun him up to the outside there. Nathan Lehman also got a solid hit to his left front, but I think he'll be alright.
Or Quimby won't even be the free pass. He was involved in the accident. And nobody else is lapped down. It's still in it. Reeves, Klein, and Morgan have all retired out of the event.
Yeah, apologies there.
We have some drivers come down pit road, starting with Campbell. Actually, 4 drivers staying out. Everybody else coming down.
Yep, this is the insurance stop right here. I'm guessing those guys who stayed out probably won't be able to make it on 3 green white checkers. I'm not sure how close it'll be for them, but yeah.
Campbell, Meredith, Chapman, Arnold. Make that Lehman, Ruiz, Arnold.
Yep.
Cheney, Hapiak, Wygant, Holt. And a bunch of others.
Chase McGuire not taking much damage despite I almost wonder if there's an iRacing visual glitch with this, because he did not take any damage despite not having a front bumper. And he was already in the back, so I'm not sure why he wouldn't. So, yeah. I've seen it before on iRacing where some guy, it'll show a bumper hanging off, but there's really no damage. So, yeah, wouldn't be surprised. Dylan Chappell, Hunter Sr., and Noah Blackwell taking damage repairs.
So coming to the 1 to green, it looks like Brett Bennett wanting the top here. Yeah, Brett takes the top. Jonathan Parker, Dawson Allen, Donnie Kite. First 2 rows. You know, out of everybody in the top 5, only one of them has won in this league on iRacing. And it's not too hard to figure out who it is that has been the one to win. That would be the reigning,
funny.
defending champion, multiple wins, Jimmy Johnson.
The Canadian version.
Jonathan Parker is from New Jersey.
Oh, I could have swore I saw a Canadian club on his iRacing thing.
I have to ask Jonathan Parker if he's ever been to Canada before.
Well, the East Coast version. Put it that way.
Base car is in. We're going to restart 4 laps to go.
Sorry, Johnny.
And the green flag is waving.
Oh, 18 jumped out of line way before the start-finish line. Chapman, I'm not sure how that's going to go down with the officials there. But we'll see.
I'll tell you what, that
He did
didn't
pass on the outside of his line, so iRacing will deem it legal. But
that inside line did not get going whatsoever. Outside line, such a great jump, and what a push Donnie Kite gave to Bennett, shoved him out of line. Now Josh Arnold makes a move. Here comes Kite all the way to the bottom.
Brett Bennett's looking for some friends right now. Doesn't have any. Hunter Sr.'s going to get there for him. Andrew Chapman making the move go through the middle.
Donnie Kite wanted to go high to block Josh Arnold. Kyle Tubb is right behind him. Arnold to the outside. He's hanging on Kite's door. 3 wide for second. Arnold going up to block Meredith. Meredith is there. Here he comes on the outside with help from Chapman.
Chapman's been absolutely dicing all over the place to get to the front, and he's got it now.
Oh, Josh Arnold going to go around hard into Jonathan Parker. Parker hits the inside wall. He's the only one to actually spin.
Round. Braden Holt, the big one at Talladega.
You see here, contact. After all of that happened with Jonathan Parker, the rest of the accident.
Man. Yeah, it's Josh Arnold says he wasn't sure who hit him, but it was a gray car, and there's only one gray car in the field, and that's Brett Bennett. But after the wreck, looks like Hunter Senior, I don't know, just kind of went down. I mean, when a wreck happens, it's real scatter mode sometimes, no matter where it is. And Hunter Senior went down low. Dawson Allen was there. Turns Allen up into Brett Bennett and 99. Yeah, some hard damage, more damage for the 99 there, as well as Allen. And I tell you what, Jonathan Parker, despite looking at a wall for about 3 seconds, I think got away with that with just a slight brush to the inside wall. I think he's going to be all right.
His car looks a lot cleaner than I expected it to.
Well, yeah, he just had a little tap with that right front of the safer barrier, and that was enough to spit him back out into the away from the wall there. So he didn't get any secondary impacts. So yeah, surprisingly clean, should be all right. Pacey Wygen, unfortunately, after keeping his car clean for the whole night, he's got major damage to that front end. Dylan Chappell already had major damage and is going to have some more. And Braden Holt as well.
You know what happened last time I poked the wall?
I know exactly where you're going with that.
The entire front end came off. A few weeks ago, Traber and I had the bright idea to run the 12 hours of Sebring, starting at 3 in the morning, Eastern. I had not even bought the track. I had broadcast this league right here, the NAOR series. So as soon as we got done broadcasting, shut the stream off. I got Sebring, and it was, oh yeah, not only do you need to learn Sebring, you need to learn how to drive in the rain.
Need to learn a new track, a somewhat new car, and learn how to drive in the rain. All in about, I don't know, what did we decide that in, like 2 hours before the race?
Yeah. Now, mind you, I've driven the LMP2, the Dallara P217 is what it's called in iRacing. I've driven that a bunch of times. But still trying to learn the characteristics of that car. You know, I'm a NASCAR vehicle racer on iRacing, so trying to, you know, get accustomed to that, to break my habits of driving, say, the next gen that we see here, or the trucks. You know, it's getting used to that again. So yeah, I had so much to learn. And I was doing all right. I honestly was impressed with how I was doing. You know, with only a couple hours of practice. In the rain, too. Trying to figure that out. Not being able to see anything. Spray is wild. I got past all the GT3s. And then I decided I wanted to poke a wall. Going 20 miles an hour.
Yeah, I was supposed to start the race, and for some reason my iRacing decided not to work right at the start. And so we missed the start. You had to jump in the car and then get past all the GT3s. You did a great job for that. I had fun watching you.
I just needed...
and then I messed it up.
I just needed more GT3s in front of me, so I didn't go and poke the ball.
Yeah, if anyone is for everyone's knowledge, if you poke a tire barrier at 20 miles an hour in Sebring, your car will explode.
Oh, and Traver also found a way to netcode into a wall.
Yes, there is also an invisible wall. So, that's cool. We're coming back to green here. Green-white checker to end the race. You thought it was wild before. It's going to be even more wild.
First attempt at a green-white checkered. If caution comes out before the drivers get the white, well, we'll do it again. 3 attempts. And green flag back out. Zach Meredith got a dub. Great launch. Peter Chapman trying to hang with them. Donnie Kite pushing Chapman. He's going to push him a little bit too hard. Chapman goes up. Oh! McGuire gets into the wall.
Yeah, McGuire got shoved into the wall by Ruiz there. And, yeah, lost momentum. Got a little bit of right side damage, but that outside is moving. Donnie Kite on that inside. No momentum. He's going to look for a hole here.
Kite had Snyder behind him. He needed to move up, try to get the side draft, but here comes Chapman. Chapman looking low. Meredith going to block. Caution is out in the back. And it is Chappell.
Oh, Dylan Chappell with an already damaged car just gets a bad push there from Kenneth Chaney. Kenneth Chaney just got on his right rear bit. Looks like, yeah, he was getting a little squirrely behind Hunter Peaches. He had a big run coming up on him. And unfortunately, it looks like Kenneth Chaney wasn't able to react to that. Or, sorry, Kenneth Chaney was getting a push from Pacey Wygen, too. So, just a Talladega thing. Well, we got 2 more attempts of this, so buckle in. Hopefully, we won't need them.
$11 o'clock on the East Coast. And,
I'm so sorry.
normally, I wouldn't care. It's the weekend. Friday night. I got nowhere to go tomorrow. Except I do.
Yep, me too.
You know, because I start work at 6, right? So 11 to 6, you know, whatnot. But I get up at 5. So I will have 6 hours of sleep if I were to fall asleep right now. And that's not the case. I'm going to get done with this race. I'm going to get some food because I'm hungry. Then I'm going to lay down. And it takes me 3 to 5 business days to fall asleep after rotating like a rotisserie chicken in bed. And this race has been so wild. I've got so much energy that trying to get calmed down from the energy of this race too. Like I said,
Yeah.
you know, and
See-
honestly, I don't want to sound like I'm complaining either because I'm not. I'm a night owl anyway. I stay up way too late during the weekdays, broadcasting. So I'm used to this. Also, you know, after work tomorrow, my dad and I are gonna go see Godzilla and Kong. So I'm gonna be at a movie theater watching a movie. And then get home later and broadcast another Talladega race for the AmsOil Truck Series.
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for the Godzilla and Kong movie review here on JCTV tomorrow night.
You know, and I've never
It's
watched.
Talladega, you know it's going to be brought up.
I have never watched a movie with King Kong in it. I've watched so many Godzilla movies. My dad, big Godzilla fan. Actually, my dad is a big King Kong fan too. I just have never watched a King Kong movie or a Godzilla and King Kong movie, which is kind of strange considering, you know, who my dad is, like the fact that he loves those kind of movies. He's always owned them. I don't know. It was just, I've never watched them. So tomorrow's going to be a first. And I'll tell you, I'm really excited. We're going to an IMAX theater, which I've not been to an IMAX theater before. And I'm going to see my half-brother, who I only see a couple times a year. He lives a few hours away, and he's got his own family, so I get to see him too. So I'm really excited. Tomorrow should be a really, really good day. We'll see how the first 4 hours of work go, but then the rest of it should be really, really good.
Man. I think this race might be a JCTV record for most minutes not talking about the race itself. Well, we're on the 1 to green.
We are on the 1 to green, yes. So once again, the way it's going to work, driver's going to take the green flag. The next time around, they'll get the white. And if there is a wreck behind them, it's not going to matter. Once the white flag is out, unlike real NASCAR, a caution will not come out on the white flag. The drivers will continue to race around until they get to the checkered flag. If a caution does come out before the white flag hits, we're going to do it again. Attempt number 3 at overtime. Once we get to attempt number 3, assuming we do, hopefully we get it done this time but assuming we do get to attempt number 3, if a caution comes out before they get to the white, that's it. They will not go back to green. The race will end under yellow. That's how overtime works in iRacing, and the reason that a yellow does not come out once the white flag is out is simply a safety thing in real NASCAR, because if there's a wreck, they want to get to the driver as quickly as possible. In iRacing, well, everybody is simulated inside the computer, so safety is not a concern.
You know, I've always thought about how different racing would be if safety wasn't a problem. Would we even have yellows? It would be a completely different type of race for oval racing when you think about it.
Chris Buescher barrel rolling on the front stretch in the Coke 600. Nope, keep it green.
Yeah, exactly. If safety wasn't a problem, if you could just have drivers sitting in their cars and they're perfectly safe forever, racing would be so different.
Why don't we just put bubble wrap around the cars?
Coming to the restart zone. Take it away with what we're actually watching, Josh.
React Challenge 200, attempt 3, yeah, green flag. Something like that. Zachary Meredith gonna get clear. He goes to the high side to block Kyle Tubb. And now what I wanted to see is working. Chapman, he was right up there trying to get the side draft. Nick Kapiak pushing Chapman. We've got 3 lines. That bottom line is being led by Meredith. That's not going to work. Oh, there's going to be a wreck. Hunter Peach. Meredith. Jonathan Barker.
Wow. Yeah, it starts with Chase McGuire coming up into Hunter Peach. And quite frankly, where is he going? I'm just surprised. There was, I guess he was trying to fill the hole there, but
that's what I'm thinking. There was a little hole, just a small gap, but I think he thought he was clear to get into.
yeah, that's just, I don't know. That's a massive misjudgment right there. I mean, Hunter, that wasn't a just barely there. Hunter Peach was there. That was wheel-to-wheel contact. I'm surprised by that. I get it's the end of the race. I get, Chase McGuire definitely doesn't want to be leading the line with his car right now, but yeah. And it looks like, I think, Jonathan Parker is going to get away with another hit to the inside again. Not much damage there. And next time around, of course, it'll be the last green, white, checkered. So next flag will end the race here.
Oh,
Some guys topping up there. Jonathan Parker, Hunter Sr., and somebody else. There we go. Rodney Ayers. My iRacing did a weird thing. All decided to either take a little bit of damage, a little bit of fuel, came down pit road. Yeah, they all had minor damage just to fix there, I believe.
So the field is going to get the 1-2 green this time by the start-finish line.
Boy,
One
I
more
hope
time.
so.
Gonna re-rack him, restack him. Boys, pull them belts tight. One more time. Zachary Meredith looking for his first win in this league on iRacing. Very successful at the console days. He was a driver that I personally hated to race because he was so fast. I love to race him. I love to race him because I knew I was going to be raced clean, with respect. He was a great driver to race around, but I hated it because he was so fast.
Yeah, I've always said, and it's been in every sport I've played, and every time I've been racing, I want to race against the best drivers. I don't care, I don't care whether I'm finishing 30th or in the top 10. I always want to be racing against the best drivers that I can, and it just makes that, when you get a good finish, it makes it oh so sweeter.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I know on iRacing, whenever I do get a win or a great finish, it puts a smile on my face for sure. Even just the great finishes. I talk a lot about the Phoenix race last season in the AmsOil Truck Series. I finished 4th. I had the biggest smile on my face. I was like, this feels like a win.
Yeah.
Jonathan Parker won the race. Cameron Caldwell finished 2nd. Alonso Chicano finished 3rd. I was the first driver that had not won a championship to finish the race. Base car is coming to pit road. Zachary Meredith, the control car. Final attempt at a green, white, checkered here for the Yak Challenge 200. Inside the restart zone, green flag waving. One last time, we're back underway here. Meredith, moving up the block.
Keep an eye on that 18 car. He's in a good spot right here, and he's been making good moves all night.
Well, he can't right now where he's at. Ruiz moves down to the bottom, and Cheney on his way up. Lehman gets squirrely there. He saves it. Meredith still in the race lead.
Josh Arnold with a big run on the outside. He's going to go with Nick Hapiak. Oh, he misses him on the bump draft. They still got to run on this bottom. Keep an eye on the 22 and the 6 here.
Meredith is thinking, if you guys are going to wreck, do it now. And caution is out.
That's it. Zachary Meredith is your race winner. And that's a shame, because that was shaping up to be an exciting finish there for with those two lines forming as they were.
I don't know what happened. Is Kite, Quimby, side by side. They were about to be 3 wide with Campbell. Quimby was pushing Kite all the way down off onto the apron. I
have no idea, because that's egregious when you're racing each other, but Quimby was 8 laps down, not racing anybody. That almost looks like something on a console game where the guy can't see you. I mean, I'm not really sure what's going on there.
It's one of those things that I'm not going to comment on. I will let the admins decide. And that's. Oh! Well, there's some other beef, maybe. Maybe that was not intentional. I don't know. But checkered flag is waving. Regardless, it will be a photo finish at the line. 3 wide. Not as exciting as the one at, from a few weeks ago. But Zachary Meredith, your race winner here at Talladega in the Yak Challenge 200. Kyle Tubb finishing second. And Nick Hapiak will get the 3rd place.
Well, you said it earlier that Dale Jr. always wanted to be leading with 30 laps to go. You always want to be leading anyway, and even with it not being on the white flag, that's why you always want to be leading.
What an incredible race. Congrats to, as they like to call him, Billy. Got married last year. Late in the year. I got the opportunity to meet him at Charlotte last year for the Coke 600. Absolutely. Such an awesome guy. And now, race winner here at Talladega.
Well, my headset decided to take a poop, I guess. My apologies. Zachary Meredith burning it down here in Talladega.
Go ahead and go over our unofficial race results. Zachary Meredith, race winner. Kyle Tubb finishing second. Nick Kapiak, third. Cole Snyder, fourth. Jonathan Parker finishing fifth. Josh Arnold, sixth. Brett Bennett, seventh. Kenneth Cheney, eighth. Andrew Chapman, ninth. And Jimmy Mitch brings it home in 10th.
Excuse me. Braden Holt back there in 11th. Nathan Lehman gets 12th. Noah Blackwell in 13th. Jose Ruiz brings it home in 14th. Pacey Wygant, unfortunate for him picking up damage at the end there, in 15th. Rodney Ayers in 16th. Hunter Sr. back in 17th. Dylan Chappell 18th. And Donnie Kite and Chase McGuire round out your top 20.
21st, Mike Campbell. 22nd, Dawson Allen. Hunter Peach, 23rd. 24th, Justin Quimby. Ollie Reeves, 25th. Giovanni Klein, 26th. And Michael Morgan, 27th. Let's go ahead and talk to our top 3. Nick Kapiak, third place finisher tonight. You were not really up front much early on, but started to come alive when it mattered the most. What was it like out there for you?
Well, the car. I've done quite a few next gen races at Talladega, and typically you can shove and beat and bang, and the car really doesn't get upset. But with this setup tonight, they really did not like to be pushed. And learning that in practice, I decided, I'm gonna just kind of hang out at the back and kind of let the herd thin itself out a little bit before I try to make my move. And we were not really ready to make our move, but everybody was kind of saving fuel on that last run, and we decided that we had like 5 or 6 cars there that were all working together. We decided to just go and get to the front and get it when it's easier. And it worked out. Unfortunately, the majority of the rest of the guys I was working with didn't really have the greatest night, but it worked out for me. And I'm kind of liking this consistency. It's been going good the last few weeks. So other than Kansas, every other race has been good. So got a lot of momentum going into the chase. I'm excited.
So of course, this was the regular season finale. You did mention going into the chase. So now that the regular now that the regular season is behind us, how are you going to look to use this momentum heading into the chase?
I think I've been just kind of taking it. I'm not really taking it easy, but just kind of minding my own business and just kind of letting the race play out and being there when it counts instead of trying to go for it, early and trying to control the race. I've been just kind of letting it come to me, and it's been working out. So, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think I'm going to try and keep that strategy going as long as I possibly can. And then if I really have to go for it, then at that point, we'll crank it up a notch or 2 or 12 and try and get the championship.
All right, sponsor shout outs. Who gets it done behind that 6 machine?
Juicy Spider Gaming, Michael Morgan, J-Paw for putting this league on. Just you guys in the booth, everything going on behind the scenes. Everybody's been working hard, and unfortunately, it didn't really show at the end there. But I feel like the racing has gotten better over the last few weeks, and hopefully we can keep it going.
All right. Congrats on the third place finish, and we'll see you next week. Well, right here, Talladega for the All-Star.
Sounds good. You guys have a good one.
You too. Thank you. That was Nick Gapiak, third place finisher tonight. And Draper, I believe you've got our second place finisher, Kyle Tubb.
Hey Kyle, coming home in second place tonight at the end. Little anticlimactic ending there. Was that disappointing for you?
Oh, a little bit, yeah. I was hoping it went green to the finish, and some incident that happened in the back that probably shouldn't have happened.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. What was your plan coming to the finish there? Did you have anyone lined up for you?
Well, I had a teammate in front and behind me, so I think we were pretty good. Pretty sure the 24 was already locked into the playoffs, and the 17 was racing to get in. So, me being as far out as I was, I kind of just gathered that I'd gained nothing from the win, and just decided just to push 17 to see what happened.
Solid racing attitude. I like to hear it. Any sponsors, shout-outs for you?
Yeah, just I guess a shout out to myself, KT Designs. I design my own paint schemes. I'm starting to trying to get back into doing it on the side for some cash. So if anyone wants a paint scheme done, just hit me up or on X at BeastFTSE, or find me on Instagram at the Kyle Top.
Self-plug on the shout-outs. I like it. Well, little shame to come up short there, but best of luck in the next one.
Thank you.
And Josh, I believe you have a winner.
And that I do. Billy! How about that?
Yeah.
So, you won the race tonight. You were up front, making some aggressive moves. But just gotta walk us through, I mean, what that was like out there for you.
For the first half of the race, I just wanted to get a bonus point to lead a lap, and every time I made a move to put myself in a position, that just got taken away. Every car that I pulled out in front of just wouldn't push me, leave me out to dry, just leave me in the sucker hole, would go all the way back to last, drive my way back up, same thing would happen. And then I was like, you know what, I'm just going to pick a lane and just go with the flow. And I just got put in the right place at the right time for some of these wrecks, dodged them. I mean, I only got hit probably maybe once in one of the earlier wrecks, kept my car clean, and I had seen how dominant the outside lane was going to be, so I just see if I had any friends out there, and I did, and they were willing to work with me, and we just went from there.
So we used up all 3 green-white checkers there to finish the race. Was there any nerves going on during the yellow flags, or were you just trying to stay calm?
I would lie if I said I wasn't nervous, because it's been a while since I've won in NAOR, so it finally got that monkey off my shoulder. But yeah, I didn't want all 3 green white checkers, but I was prepping in case. I mean, that's why I had a full tank of gas damn near at the end. So I just chose the outside and was hoping that Kyle and Cole or maybe Griff would just would push me on the outside, and no one on the inside would get a run. And I almost messed it up to Chapman. Chapman almost got me before the first green white checkered. So that first caution actually did help me, but the rest of them, I just wanted either they wreck right after the line, make it quick, or let me get just hurry up. Let's do 2 laps. If I lose, I lose. If I win, I win. I just don't want to wreck.
Well, sponsors, shout outs. Who gets it done for you behind that 17 machine?
I just want to shout out all my pizza and wings guys. They're brothers to me, so shout out to my entire group of them. Shout out to you guys for broadcasting it. It's gonna be fun going back and rewatching some of the things because there's been some 4 wide passes in there, so I want to go back and see that. But besides that, just shout out to J. Paul for running this league, and let's get these playoffs started.
All right, congrats on the win, Zach, and we'll see you, at the All-Star race.
Yes, sir.
Race winner, Zachary Meredith. So, our playoff drivers are going to be Jonathan Parker, Nick Kapiak, Pacey Wygen, Cole Snyder, Hunter Peach, Zachary Meredith, Jose Ruiz, and Jimmy Mensch. That wraps up tonight's race and broadcast. Traber, any last thoughts?
Yeah, it was a Talladega race, that's for sure. A lot of aggression at the beginning, and then it seems like guys kind of relaxed a bit, and then you got to the end where everyone started driving with driving aggressively. I'll leave it at that. It just a typical Talladega race. These next gens are a little not my favorite on a restrictor plate, but hey, look forward to tomorrow night where we got actual real stock cars racing on a restrictor plate.
Yeah, I was just about to say, if you haven't had enough Talladega, or if you have had enough Talladega, regardless, tune in tomorrow night where we're going to see actual real stock trucks. Traver, dig on the high banks here at Talladega. Yeah, I did, but I still want to give you some crap. Should be an exciting one, as that is an important race to get us to the regular season finale in the Blazer Sim Racing series, which, of course, that'll be in a few weeks, but tomorrow's race does have a lot of importance on that one. So, pretty excited for that. Tune in tomorrow night, 7:45 Eastern Time. That's when we are going to go live for pre-show. And big shout out to the drivers, the admins, and the fans. You guys are awesome. And big thank you to Traber for coming into the booth with me so Brett can go have some fun out there. And so on behalf of Traber Burns and our entire outstanding crew here at JCTV, I'm Joshua Coppernell, signing off, saying so long, stay safe, and we will see you next time.